everyone, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is kind of a bounce off of what I uploaded on Friday, and that was my Nano wrap up. I also decided to do a video on how I managed to get myself motivated again to actually write. So if y'all enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, comment, leave me all the ideas for other future writing videos down below. But until then, let's just get into it. So if y'all don't know, I finished the third draft of my Dragon Queen whip back in October or late September of 2020. I have since then been reading through it, making notes, making changes that I need to do, and, you know, trying to figure that out since then. It's probably like November-ish. Now in that time, I moved apartments. I got ill. Apartments have been flooded. We have had issues with everything else in between. And then I moved again. So the motivation for anything creative has just not been there. It's just not. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. So during Nano, I decided to do Nano kind of as like a loose goal of mine to just write. To write and outline and just enjoy writing again. You know, there was no deadline for me to finish a whip or a draft. I just got to enjoy writing again. And the one side effect that I didn't realize was going to happen when I started to enjoy writing again was that I would end up wanting to edit my whip again. I just thought that I had gotten massive burnout with the whip, that it was just too exhausting for me to write. I have been writing this whip, Dragon Queen whip, since like maybe December of 2017, I think, like, or early 2018. So genuinely, it's been a while. It's the book that I want to get published first. It's been long standing that this book is the book. So I've been working on it, honing it in, crafting, drafting, all the fun things. So I just felt like I was super burnt out with it and that like it will come to me when it came to me. Apparently I just needed motivation. I was not burnt out. I just needed motivation. So that ended up happening during the time at Nano. Nano was very stressful for me. Not because I was writing a ton, like writing is not stressful for me when I get into it. But it was more so the fact that I had so much going on. I was moving, Harry Styles concert, unpacking, Thanksgiving, among other things. I mentioned that in one of my vlogs, but among other things as well. So it's just been stressful and I didn't get a chance to actually sit down and enjoy writing. I ended Nano with like 3,000 words on my new Siren Mafia whip. But in the process of that, I got super, super motivated to just start writing again. I am now 3 chapters away from ending my read-through, which I'll probably finish up tonight. And yeah, so I just thought I would just share some tips and little things that I needed to get myself back motivated again, what I did to get there. I don't have a cohesive list, nor do I have cohesive tips, because it literally just happened. Like, I'm not saying it just happened like yesterday, but it was something that just kind of spur of the moment happened, and I don't really know how to process it just quite yet. So I'm verbalizing it in a video, so maybe someone will enjoy my ramblings. I don't know. Now, one of the goals that I actually had for myself and had been struggling to get to was just to write every day. I don't know, I didn't end up writing every day, unsurprisingly, but somehow that goal of just writing every day, like somehow fitting it into my time of either outlining or writing or just like figuring out how to do something, helped a lot with getting me motivated to write again. I don't know how, because I didn't physically write every day, but the process of it got me motivated to write. Like, you know, outlining, character, aesthetics, just getting excited for the book, just invigorated, and this is invigorated me to write again. So I suggest that if that's something you're stuck with, just plan to write every day. Even if it's like maybe just a paragraph, or maybe you do want to do a word count like Nano had. I am very goal oriented, so word counts for me or deadlines for me are very helpful, depending on the situation. Another one that helped me a lot was just to outline. I know not everyone's an outliner. I'm well aware of this fact. However, if you have been struggling to sit down and really write a book and just let the ideas flow out of you and just word vomit everything, outline. You don't have to have like everything word for word. What I like to do is just have like scene start, whose point of view it's in, and then bullet points about what happens, and then maybe some funny lines. And then I can just kind of fill in the rest, because I am a weird mix of a planner and a pantser. I'm a plantser. I do plan to the best of my abilities, and then I pants everything. This is how it works. So I suggest that if you are in that mindset, outline. It might help you just kind of word vomit some ideas out or help you start brainstorming instead of just staring at a page for who knows how long and trying to figure out exactly how to get the story flowing from point A to point B. Aesthetic. Pinterest aesthetics. Lifesaver. Annoying lifesaver, but it was a lifesaver. It just was. Like, I don't know how, but it was, and it's great. We're on 4 now? Yeah, should be on 4. Tip number 4. Get organized. I know y'all are like, what? But like if you like writing stuff down, still keep doing it. But I love writing stuff down. It's how I organize my life. My desk at work is covered in sticky notes. I have a bullet journal. So like write stuff down just to get it out on page and have it as a reminder, but organize it. Don't sit there and just let it sit there because you're going to be flipping through journals and papers and sticky notes and note cards trying to find that one little piece of thing that you had or whatever, or like notes on your iPhone or Android. I don't know what you guys have an equivalent to it anymore. I don't have it. But like just do that and then like it's like when you were doing it at school and you transferred everything to something else. Some of us did it, some of us didn't. But do that. Write everything down first, and then when you get a moment to breathe, a moment to just relax and just like, whew, transfer it. Take it to Notion, take it to OneNote, Scrivener, or whatever you use to help brainstorm. If you're going to do a Word document and hyperlink everything, do that. Just make sure it's organized and easy for you to cache and see. And it's not a jumbled mess, because when your mind is a little jumbled, sometimes the things that you're trying to explain will come out jumbled. That's from personal experience. Number 5, I also ignore my nails. Press-ons over the holidays. All of them popped but the thumbs. Tip number 5 is take inspiration from everything and anything. Genuinely, this is how I have always written. It's always, I've had a scene that inspired, like from a movie that inspired me, as a line from something that inspired me. Just take something that inspires you or like that resonates with you and somehow find a way to adjust and remold and, you know, work things around and include it in your whip. Sometimes those little scenes work just well, just really well. And then finally, tip number 6 is don't be afraid to plan ahead. Sometimes we come up with scenes way before it comes up. Sometimes we find ourselves, we figure out the climactic point of the book in the shower, or while we're at the movies, or we're on a walk. Again, goes back to I think point 4 or 5. Write it down. Make a note of where you want it to be. Either it's a chapter or it's like just like here's the climactic point. Then transfer it to your little document, your Notion, your bullet journal that you're using, whatever it is. And then that way you can come back to it come later. Like typically I have a tab that just has notes for future self. I don't always check on notes for future self because I remember it because I was so excited for it. So yeah. Oh, last tip. Tip 7 or 8. Just get excited for it. Oh, no. Just give yourself some patience. You know, whips, writing is difficult, and everyone sometimes I feel like makes it seem like it's a lot easier than it actually is, especially when they're documenting the highs of it, but seldom do they ever document the actual lows and the struggles of writing a full-on novel with fleshed out characters and enjoyable scenes and relatable moments. Give yourself the time and patience to just relax and breathe sometimes. Like, you don't have to write every day. If that's your goal for you, great, but also know that you are going to need a rest day. Brain's a muscle, and like every muscle you exercise, you need it to let it breathe so that way it builds and becomes stronger afterward. Overworking it is not going to help y'all. But that is it for my tips as to how I got motivated. Hopefully they'll help you out if you're a little bit in a writing slump or just stuck on something. I don't know how else to make it better, but this is just what I helped during Nano and during other times that I have been stuck writing something. But until next time, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful weekend. If not, hopefully your week is better for you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.